Good morning and welcome to the live analysis video on Monday the 2nd of August. I hope you're all well. I hope you had a good weekend. Very relaxing on my front, lots of sleep and prepared for this week. And obviously the news that we have this week, primarily what the majority of the market will be focusing on I think this week, will be looking at the 5 major banks out of the UK. We have all 5, so HSBC, Lloyds, RBS and Barclays will all be, and Northern Rock, will all be reporting their profits this week. We're expecting a combined profit of around 11 billion. So really the next couple of days are going to be all about watching these, seeing how these have performed over the last quarter. I think really what we need to be paying attention to though is how this will affect sterling. I think really overall we're looking at very favourable buying in sterling at this moment in time, and as you can see recently pushing through 150 to 157 without much of a pullback, to be honest. Looking at this 4-hourly chart, very difficult for us with short-term traders, slightly longer-term traders trading major silver crosses, to get into a move like this that we can sustain. And at the moment I'm just really keen on seeing some pullbacks to allow us to get into some trades over the next couple of days. Let's take a look at sterling, trading up at 157.30. I mean, she looks bullish, she remains bullish. Any pullbacks we've just got to look to buy on, and at the moment you can see just no real clear pullback to allow us that MSX trade to get in. The only thing you've had is a KISS technique entry off this 155.70 level previously last week. As things stand, just a little bit overbought, but the bias remains to the upside. And if we just scroll across, you can see even first thing this morning she's trying to push higher. Now if we can't get into pound dollar, what can we get into? Well, moving across to sterling yen, you will see that over last week she did have a nice fall off with obviously the yen strength. Yet coming in today we find herself with a major silver cross, pull back to close the gap at 80, and now she's looking to build higher. As I said on my earlier post, I am looking for a long position. It'll be off the week pivot or the 4-hourly 20. I just need to see her pulling back to get me into one of those entries before I go long. My stop will be just below the daily pivot, and I'll be looking to build or potentially hold for the majority of the week if I can. As things stand on this 4-hourly chart, you can see just a little bit overbought, but generally the lower time frame charts are saying that she can move higher, which means I should pay attention to them and keep an eye on when an entry point comes. So sterling yen is my first play of the day. With a breakout and a major silver cross to the upside, I am now looking to get long. Euro dollar, again on Friday, big pullback, then made a major move back through these levels. Not as significant as sterling, because sterling did break the highs, but the euro has managed to gain back some of that lost territory. And today I would expect to see a pullback towards this DP zone before any buyers start coming back in. So any pullbacks towards 130.50 will be met by the buyers. Obviously, as you'll see, 130.50 is the previous support level, top of the channel, and if we can get in at around that level, I will look for a position long from there. Dollar CAD, we'll use a different chart for that. CAD yen, obviously, again, dollar CAD looks to continue her move to the south side, and if we put this across to the end of the chart, you can see we're going to have a major silver cross at some point today. Again, another pair I'm looking to trade long, looking to get in somewhere around this week's pivot and build with a stop below daily pivot up as high as possible towards possibly 85, 86. So again, I'll keep you up to date on that. Another pair I'm looking to trade first thing this morning. Across to the other majors, have a look at Aussie dollar. Aussie dollar, I'm afraid, had a huge run on Friday. Great move to see happening, and it looks like she's going to lead her way back to the 94 level. No trading opportunities at the moment. Need to see a pullback towards this breakout level again. There's a big gap open here, so that stops me automatically from jumping into anything. Dollar Swiss consolidated around these lows for the majority of Thursday, Friday last week. Sorry, I'll take off this indicator. And you can see just consolidated around here. Would be nice to see a pullback to 4-hourly 20-week pivot before going short. If I just move this across, you'll see that we now have all our pivots closer together, telling us that the further squeeze to the south is probably going to be likely from around here. So pullbacks towards that 4-hourly 20, weekly 20, I'll be looking for shorts. Okay, not a lot of major news out today. This morning we have some US figures on this afternoon, but the only piece of major news this morning is some sterling news, and that is coming in from manufacturing PMI, expected to be out slightly weaker than previous, expected at 57.1, previous was 57.5, and Swissy retail sales, but I'm not going to pay a huge amount of attention to that because it's positive news, so we'd expect to see Swissy gaining some further strength. This afternoon, ISM manufacturing figures, and then at 3:30 we have Fed Chairman Bernanke speaking, so expect to see some more volatility once he gets to the microphone. We know what happened last week, so any positions that are open by 3:30, 4 o'clock this afternoon, I will probably have closed and finished before he comes on. So it'll probably be an early afternoon for me. Anyway, have a good morning, and I will speak to you a bit later on.